All right, I've been selling houses in Lincoln for a while now, and I've noticed something. The way Nebraska dads evaluate a house has almost nothing to do with what's on the listing sheet. No offense to the granite countertops, no offense to the accent wall, but if you want to know what a Nebraska dad is actually thinking when he walks through a front door, I made a tier list, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. So let's get started. The S tier, no debate, a south-facing driveway. You know why? Because in February, when we get 6 inches of snow on a Tuesday, a south-facing driveway melts itself. The sun does the work. You drink your coffee. It's a spiritual experience. I have shown houses where the husband didn't say a single word the entire tour. Walked out front, looked at the driveway angle, looked at me, and nodded. That was his offer. Also S tier, and this one I cannot stress enough. Garage depth. Not garage width, but garage depth. Can you fit 2 full-size trucks and still close the door? Because if the answer is yes, that's not a garage. That's a lifestyle. New construction builders love to show you the garage square footage. And what I want to know is, can I get my mower in there, my truck, my wife's car, a workbench on the wall, and still have a wall where TV can go for Husker games? Because that's the real question. There is nothing better than a Saturday in September with the garage door open, the grill going, and Husker football on the TV. That's Nebraska. That's the dream. If a house passes the garage depth test, everything else is negotiable. A tier, covered patio. And I want to be specific about what makes a covered patio an A tier covered patio. It needs to be deep enough to actually use and not just stand under when it rains. I mean, sit under furniture, grill, and most importantly, a corner where a TV can go. Because here's the thing, Nebraska fall weekends are perfect patio weather, and Nebraska fall weekends are also Husker weekends. A covered patio with a TV mount already roughed in is not a luxury. That is forward thinking. That's a man who understood the assignment when he built his house. Lincoln gets hot, Lincoln gets stormy. The covered patio solves both, but the TV mount, that's what puts it in A tier. Also A tier, a real mudroom. Not a coat closet, not a drop zone, but a real mudroom. If you have kids, and most families do, you need a place that absorbs that chaos before it gets into the house. A good mudroom, bench hooks, cubbies, somewhere to kick off the boots. A house that has a real mudroom gets shown to the family. A house that doesn't sometimes doesn't make the second showing. A tier, basement with bar potential. It doesn't need to be finished, and I'm not asking for a home theater. I'm asking, is there a wall where a bar could go someday? Is there enough square footage to put a couch, a TV, and enough room that the kids can be drowned there and you can't hear them right in front of the TV? And that's the dream. It's all I need. B tier, a walk-in pantry. Look, I know the kitchen is supposed to be the heart of the home. I've heard the speech, I've given the speech. But what actually matters, can I fit a Costco run in there without reorganizing my entire life? Walk-in pantry, B tier. It's important, not S tier, because you can work around a bad one. You cannot work around a bad garage. Also, B tier, and this one nobody talks about. Backyard drainage. Walk the backyard, or ask when it was last wet and what it looked like. Because a backyard that pools water is a backyard you're not using. In Nebraska, where we get rain, real runoff, this matters more than people think. Standing there with 2 inches water in July, wondering what happened. I've seen buyers fall in love with a backyard in March and hate it by June. B tier, wind. Nebraska wind is real. A fence, a tree line, berm, something. If your patio faces northwest with nothing between you and the open field, you're not using that patio as much as you think you are. And you're definitely not watching the games out there. All right, C tier. And I say this with all due respect. The things buyers get excited about at the model home, that Nebraska dads do not actually care about: the waterfall kitchen island, the statement light fixture, the wallpaper accent. These are fine. They're lovely. Your designer did a wonderful job. But I have never once, not one time, heard a husband say, I want that house because of the light fixture. I've heard it about the garage. I've heard it about the driveway. I've heard it about the basement. C tier, you can change the light fixture. You cannot change which way the driveway faces. So here's the thing. We're building our own house right now. And I will tell you that I spent way more time thinking about lot orientation, garage depth, and where the patio TV is going than I did about finishes. My wife had opinions about the finishes, and she was right on all of those. But the lot, the driveway angle, the garage, making sure we can watch the Huskers outside in September without squinting into the sun, that was something I had a choice about. Nebraska Dad Tier List. It's real, and it guides more buying decisions than people admit. If you're buying or building in Lincoln and want someone who's going to give you the actual honest take and not just the model home pitch, that's what I do. I've got a free resource that covers the hidden costs of new construction. The stuff that doesn't show up on a price sheet. Drop a comment or DM me and I'll send it over. And if you're a Nebraska dad who has a strong opinion about garage depth or patio TV placement, I want to hear it. Drop it below. I'm Travis Harrison with Woods Bros Realty. See you next week.